going to be a little late. The chicken isn't completely defrosted.
Well, good. I am in the mood for a glass of brandy.
Oh, you'll have time for several glasses, Mr. Quartermaine.
Yeah, well, the brandy decanter is empty. Would you mind going down to the cellar and bringing up another bottle? What are you looking at Mrs. Quartermaine for? I don't need permission.
We're out of brandy, I'm afraid.
Yeah? How'd we get to that stage?
Well, Edward, I didn't order any more brandy because we're moving out of here soon, and I saw no point in laying in an expensive supply of liquor.
Well, Lila, if you cut off the water supply, I could accept that, but brandy is one of the necessities of life.
Well, would you like me to order your favorite 350-year-old brandy, Mr. Quartermaine? You can charge it that way. You will have to pay for it.
You know, with your logic, you should apply for a job with the budget department. You think just like them.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment. Shall I call the liquor store?
Well, yeah, but you can forget about the 350-year-old brandy. We've got to tighten our belts around here.
Well, what brandy shall I order?
Well, perhaps something 100 years old will do.
Something bottled around 1985 is more what I had in mind, Lila.
Oh, dear, that is young.
I'll call the liquor store.
Well, I am looking ahead to my financial future.
Yeah? What are you hatching up?
Getting a better job for myself. You know, there are a lot of listings here in the medical journal, and there are many opportunities available for me all over the country.
Don't be absurd, Alan.
Edward, Alan has excellent qualifications and very good judgment.
Yeah, well, what about me?
Oh, you're not a doctor, dear.
Well, of course not. I'm a moneymaker, a builder of fortunes. Now, if you'll just not panic, and if Alan will just have some faith in me, I will bring this family back to its former position in life.
Fine, as long as I can assume my share of the burden. I mean, if I increase my income by getting a better job, I will at the same time lower the cost of housing by getting out of Port Charles.
You are missing the obvious. If you would just get back with Monica, we could all continue to live in this house until I recoup our losses.
Wait a minute. I've got too much pride for that. I'm not going to go crawling back to her because I'm broke.
Broke is not the right word. We are in a temporary state of financial distress. Now, there's a difference.
Hi, everybody. What kind of a welcome is that? I haven't seen any of you since I went to Albany yesterday to meet with my boss.
Seems like a lifetime.
It is, and I've got great news. I've been made a supervisor on a new construction job.
Oh, hooray. He's a new foreman.
No, not a foreman, a supervisor. There's a difference.
Oh, really? Is it the same difference, like from being broke to financial distress?
What are you talking about? Who's broke?
We're broke. Dmitri's stock is worthless. He took off with our money.
I don't believe that.
Well, believe it. It's true.
Where were you when it all came crashing down?
Out on the job.
Out on the job, or were you celebrating with Dmitri?
And what's that supposed to mean?
You were supposed to be in Brazil protecting our interests.
Now, Alan.
Don't now me anything.
Now, wait a second. I tried to warn you about Dmitri.
You're a little bit late, don't you think? How much did you take for him to buy you off?
Okay, that's it. I had enough with you.
Alan!
Come on, get up. I want you to say that again. Come on.
Now, one thing, he had every right to punch out. One thing I will not have in this house is a couple of brawling, pig-headed adolescents.
Edward, you're absolutely right.
Well, of course I'm right. We may be out of brandy, but damn it, we are going to maintain dignity in this house.
The liquor store just delivered your brandy, Mr.
Thank you.
Quartermaine.
I doubt if it's even worth opening. Oh, good Lord.
You all right, Father?
I was just thinking I better recoup our losses soon, or I'm going to lose my taste for one of life's greater enjoyments. Well, I'm glad to see you two are no longer at each other's throats.
I'm saving my hands till I get him around Dimitri's neck, and then I'm going to squeeze.
I've got my foreign connections working, trying to find him.
I can't believe you did this to us.
I don't know why you're so shocked about losing a fortune. It's happened to you before. You should be used to it.
Why don't you get off my back? At least I'm contributing to this family. What are you doing?
Oh, big deal. You're a supervisor now.
Hey, I'm contributing my entire salary to this family's kitty. What are you going to do?
All right, that's enough. I asked you here to try to figure out how to recoup our losses. Dear Lila is selling her jewelry. I'm going to sell that South Hampton estate. That way I can get enough money to pay off a couple of heavy mortgages. I want you two to kick in as much as possible, and we're all going to tighten our belts. Lord knows I've already started.
Cheap brandy isn't going to do it.
I am closing down all international ELQ offices, including the one in Manhattan.
What about the one in Port Charles?
I'm dismissing the staff. Lila and the rest of us will fill in wherever needed. And I mean business, Jimmy Lee.
This is a disaster.
It's more than that. It's a catastrophe.
It's a temporary setback. I am going to make it back all the way. And I am going to be wealthier than I ever was before. You just watch me.
I wish you luck. Hope we don't wind up on the waterfront in a renovated flop house.
Oh, Alan.
Father, I told you before, I don't want to discuss
I
this.
want to tell you the plan. Now, during the board meeting, I will suddenly come down with a coughing attack. I'll go out of the room to get some water, and that's when you go into action.
Did you hear what I said?
Well, come to think of it, there'll probably be some water on the table. Well, I'll just go out of the room to regain my composure. Now, how much time are you going to need?
None at all, because I have no...
Well, it doesn't matter, Alan. I mean, I'll just be outside the boardroom. I wouldn't want to miss a word of your performance.
Hey! There you are.
That's the basic agenda for the board meeting. We'll cover other topics, I'm sure. We always do.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can practically guarantee it.
Hello, Amanda.
Gentlemen, well, this should be a very interesting meeting, don't you think?
It'll be different.
Yes, well, there's so much to discuss. For one thing, the board must address itself to this matter of public relations.
What do you mean?
Why, the absolutely horrible publicity General Hospital has been receiving lately.
Good morning, everyone.
Rick?
Rick, we were just discussing the dreadful publicity that the hospital's been receiving.
Well, we have had quite a tough spell, haven't we?
Yes, I do. What has happened to General Hospital? Why, we used to be regarded as one of the finest institutions in the country. And now we just seem to be a haven for all sorts of unsavory characters. And I'm referring to the staff.
Amanda, it is not that bad.
No?
No.
How would you like to have a murderer associated with General Hospital when you want to go for fundraising?
Kevin O'Connor was found innocent.
Doesn't make the stigma any less that's attached to his name, and through association to General Hospital. Oh, it's bound to affect donations.
We can't do anything about that now.
Well, how about the effect on the rest of the staff? Surely the morale must be at an all-time low.
Buzz talked to an awful lot of people yesterday. It'll work out, but it'll take time.
I hear Kevin O'Connor's back at work.
Yes, he's expecting the worst, which...
Well, under the circumstances, how else could he expect anything else?
Well, once he realizes that everyone around here trusts him, everything will settle down. The atmosphere's going to be sticky around here for a while, but we can weather the storm. We've done it before.
The important thing is it's all over. Kevin's been cleared. Now let's all get back to making people better, not making headlines.
All right, shall we get started? I hereby call this meeting to order. The first item of business is how large a check are we going to give to the Police Athletic League?